Joined now by the two-time Bellator featherweight title contender, the number 2 ranked Bellator featherweight. It is El Matador himself, Emmanuel Sanchez. How are you doing today?
Good, my friend. How about you?
I'm doing well, doing well. We'll go ahead and jump right into it. You're facing Mads Burnell in the co-main event of Bellator 263 next Saturday. Give me your thoughts on him as an opponent, and give me your thoughts on the fight itself.
I'm excited. Another ranked opponent. I'm excited when I got the name. I knew I was like, all right, great fighter. I just saw him fight. He just finished Sal Rogers, and man, I don't pick and choose opponents. I just get the name, and I'm just like, all right, this is someone else who's in my way to get my climb to the top, and that's where I want to be. So I don't really care about the numbers. I want that C next to my name, and obviously, I want that physical strap. But more than anything, I just see all these guys that are in my division. They all want to be at the top, right? They all want to be world champion. So no one's going to take my dream away from me. So this is just another one who's in my way that I got to go out and get a victory over him, take him out.
And he is very much a grappling specialist. He's won most of his fights by submission. His one TKO victory was a ground and pound victory. I know that you have good takedown defense. How concerned are you about his grappling at all?
I think he's great everywhere. Yeah, his grappling stands out a little more. Obviously, that's where he finishes the fight more. But I've been fighting good grapplers throughout my Bellator tenure since the beginning, actually. And I feel like that's the majority of the time where a lot of people feel like they have the edge over me. And obviously, I train at one of the greatest striking schools in the world. So a lot of people might think that I'm just pure striking, but I prefer the grapple as well too. So I'm got no problem proving that my grappling is superior than his.
Yeah, it's mixed martial arts for a reason. So, speaking of Rufus Sport, obviously a couple of your teammates, Ben Askren and Tyron Woodley, have been sort of making the rounds in boxing lately, fighting some of these influencers like the Paul brothers, and a lot of these influencers are coming out and doing boxing bouts. Tonight's BKFC card has 3 bouts between influencers. Give me your thoughts on that sort of movement, and talk about, I guess, if there's been any sort of in Rufus Sports specifically, what the thoughts in that gym has been like, given that both Ben Askren and Tyron Woodley, like I mentioned, have been a part of those.
I get it. Like, it's people are they want to see some form of entertainment. Boxing, the trash talk. I think I saw only one interview. I don't pay too much attention to it, but I saw one or like press conference that Tyron had with this guy, and he had a transformer behind him or something like that. And what he had a chain with Conor McGregor sleep. It is what it is. People will pay to watch or find a way to illegally stream it or something like that. But either way, it's entertainment. So a lot of money, and if I feel like how Dustin taking the chain and wanting to auction it off and then donating it to a good cause, if more and more people doing it to clout, then all right, that's I don't know, I think that's kind of cheesy, and it's just, I don't know, people just trying to live in the times doing that. But if people are gonna watch and tune in, so can't knock them, right? If they're making a lot of money doing it.
Is that something that you would see yourself getting involved in at some point, or is that just just something that's too far out there in your mind, that something that you're never going to want to do?
Never say never. So I don't want to, say that, oh, I would never do that. And that's pitiful, disgusting, and all of that. What a disgrace and stupid and whatever. Uh, Honestly, I'd get more into pro wrestling than wanting to box a YouTuber.
Yeah.
It's that
So
kind of entertainment where it's still, I'd want to do that. But I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it if you're going to pay me a flat rate of what they're making or something that's good. Sure, why not? Like it's got to make tarnish what I'm trying to accomplish as a mixed martial artist.
that's fair. That's fair. And going back to Bellator 263, obviously you're fighting in the co-main event. The main event features two familiar faces to you. One is Patricio Pitbull, who you fought twice for the featherweight title, and he's facing AJ McKee, who you were scheduled to fight at one point. So you're familiar with both of them. Give me your thoughts on that fight and let me know how you think that fight's going to happen.
I think it's going to be a great fight. I see either man winning. I don't. I'm leaning more towards Pitbull, just because of how dominant he's been and his experience, and I just know his intelligence. Me being in the ring with him twice, that right there, I know is what gives me the edge over a lot of, if not all these other guys that are in this division, especially in the top 10. And I'm taking that going into wanting to have a third bout with him, and also to any other opponent that I'll ever face in my future. No matter what organization or who they are, what team, etc. Having fought someone like that with that many title fights, and even when he's lost, because he's lost his title before, um, he's come up short in some other big fights that of course, he wanted to win or was winning. Um, that right there is what has taught me a vast amount of experience, give me a vast amount of wisdom and knowledge. And I'm excited to showcase a whole new Matador now because it's a whole new chapter in my career. And that's why I'm leaning more towards him. But I could see AJ McKee coming out victorious as well, too. Whoever wins, I honestly feel it favors me because I like to fight whoever is not victorious and then work my way up again to fighting for the title, or whether it be vacant or someone else has it, whatever. If not, whatever they decide to do, just let's look forward to having that fight over and done with. Then you never know. Whoever wins, they might want a rematch within each other too. Something could happen where they would want that within one another. But either way, I think we're going to see a great fight. And if not, then mine's going to be better then.
Good deal. You talked about your experience in that answer. Um, you're in your 10th year of professional MMA competition. Can you sort of give me your reflections on your career so far, and maybe talk about some things that you wish you had known when you started out as a professional in the sport that you know now?
You know what's excuse my language, is pretty shitty of me, but I'm honest. I'll be. I'm a human being, so I gotta own up to things. That I already knew that, like in some previous fights, especially ones that I knew I could have finished, that I could have worked harder. So, whether it went my way or not, that there was still always more hard work to do. That could have been done at least, or there's always something I could have done better leading up to the fight. Because that's sometimes it's out of your control. If there's one thing you can, so uh, but mental, emotional, spiritual, and what could, like I know now to help this much experience and this much ring time. But yeah, this is how you win fights. This is how you dominate fights. This is how you finish fights, and this is what a fighter does. So it's definitely one thing I know because of my maturity and wisdom. Well, for sure, I don't let anything get in my way. This is where you're selfish. You know, you got to be an asshole. I know it sucks because a lot of people in your life, they kind of get the short end of the stick. You know, your girlfriend, your family, you miss family parties, you miss all this kind of stuff. But it's like, sorry, man, I got a mission that I'm trying to accomplish. I have a goal. I have something very serious that I'll never have this opportunity again. You know, you have that one chance sometimes. You know, world title fights and Grand Prix and stuff like this, they're really hard to come by, and it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. You know, or the ability to fight for a contract or anything, right? And it's this is what separates us. This is the hardest thing about being a fighter. We don't have like basketball, baseball, soccer, multiple games and tournaments and all this stuff. And on top of that, winning millions. We have our show and win, you know, pay. So we got to make sure we show up, make weight, and then go out there and dominate and win. And on top of that, win in a dominating fashion in order to just continue to climb on up for what most other fighters would want too: endorsements and going up on the pay scale and more sponsors, more push and promotion from the organization. You know, everything. You know, that's how I feel that you make a name for yourself. You got to really go out there and dominate and put on a show. People want to watch you fight. So that's, you know, you let the skills do the talking, the fight do the talking, and that's what I've always you know, attempted to do, and I just want to continue to keep doing that even better each and every time around. And that's one thing I know that I can help for the younger generation, the guys on my team, and for myself now too, knowing that like no one, you don't mess with my business, you don't mess with like nothing. Like, no, I'm not going out. I got to stay home. I'm watching film. No, I'm not going to go do that. I got to go train. No, I'm not going to go do this tomorrow when I say I'm going to train. Like, I got other things to do. Now I'd rather stay home and rest. I'd rather stay home and sleep. Like, I trained really hard today. I don't have the energy to go out and do some other stuff like that. And that's, I think, a lot of guys, you know, you have to be selfish, and that's just how bad you want to win. How bad do you want it? And Eric Thomas said, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, that is when you'll be successful. And that's what I'm excited to showcase on this one, because I had to change a lot of things in my mindset and just in my circle and just my training regimen and just stuff how I went. I know I'm like, wow, this is solid. I'm well rested. I'm strong, and this is a dangerous fighter. And yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a show. I'm ready to go and take this out all on Mads Burnell.
Certainly looking forward to it. Talk a little bit more about some of those changes that you made. Obviously, it sounds like you're implementing rest a lot more, and you made some mental changes, you said. Can you explain that a little bit more?
So I also teach kids at my academy at Rufus Sport Mixed Martial Arts. I teach kids MMA, kids jiu-jitsu, and I'm invested a lot in what I do. I don't half-ass anything. So when I'm teaching the kids, you know, the kids they see your energy, they see your attitude. If they see me tired and grumpy and not wanting to be there, then they're not going to want to be there. They're not going to have fun. Horrible experience. So I give my all in everything I do, and it took a lot of, you know, in the mental preparation, you know, leading up into fighting Patricio again, and my rest. And that time I could have been doing more training or more resting to get ready for an even harder trainer, etc. And I was involved in, you know, their tournaments that they have for jiu-jitsu, for MMA, wanting them to level up, wanting them to achieve greatness as well. And I've had this whole month off of not teaching kids, and I'm loving it. And that's what I've previously done before. Take a few weeks off of not teaching, being able to just focus on the fight. That's absolutely it. Everything that I need to do that's fight related to help me, you know, make my weight, get my rest, get my strength training in, and all other forms of training in. You know, getting a massage, whatever it may be. You know, I instead of teaching, I would go out and focus on the mission. And the mission right now is July 31st, co-main event, finishing Mads Burnell, first or second round.
There you go. It's all about, you know, you mentioned being selfish and making the sacrifice worth it in the end. So we're looking forward to seeing you on Saturday, next Saturday. against Mads Burnell. Emmanuel Sanchez, do you have any closing thoughts or any sponsors that you want to thank or anything like that before I let you go?
Peace and love to everyone. Enjoy the show, and thank you to Perfect Sports, my nutrition supplement company, CryoFit Milwaukee, Grip Mouth Guards, Diamond MMA Cups, Combat Corner, Rufus Sport, Mixed Martial Arts, For the Love of Drax. My girlfriend's got our dog, got our own company, Beyond My Shorts representing, and I'm always happy to represent, man, for all the people. It takes a village to raise a fighter, and I'm glad that I have all these great people around me and companies and just everyone with the same my tribe, man. It's my tribe here, and they help all the fighters as well too on our fight team, the Wisconsin Athletic Club and Freshman Pokey. They provide great meals, allowing us to use the athletic club to go out and use their saunas and weights where we do our weight training and things of that nature. So we're just grateful that we have everything here all under one roof in Wisconsin.
Good deal. Well, we're certainly excited to see you next Saturday. We're looking forward to seeing you put on a show. Manuel Sanchez, thank you for coming on, and I hope you have a great rest of your day and take care.
Thank you very much, brother. You as well.